What's going on, Steeler Nation? How's everyone doing? And anyone else who might be watching as well who's not in Steeler Nation, but this is all about my Steeler family. What's going on, man? Got a quick question for you guys, man. A very quick discussion. Want to talk about the slot corner position. As we all know at this moment, maybe some of you guys don't know, Arthur Maulet has been released by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, what's interesting about that is there are reports coming out saying that Arthur Maulet requested the release. So when I initially heard about the Steelers releasing him, had a little bit of a question mark because, if you know the team like I do, the slot corner position, nickel corner, whatever you want to call it, was a little bit up in the air. We didn't know exactly what the Steelers were going to do there. We knew last year, it was preferred to have a guy like Cam Sutton play in the slot, even though Cam had to play a lot on the outside, but the preference would have been to have two outside corners, allowing Cam Sutton to play inside. We know that Cam Sutton is no longer a Pittsburgh Steeler. And then we saw last year when there was times where Arthur Maulet had to play that spot. Steelers have tried a couple other guys there as well, and maybe not as advantageous, as we wanted it. It might not have been, the most desirable person there. We've got away with it. And the question mark going into this season was, who was going to be the dedicated nickel, right? Most people thought it would be Arthur Maulet. Then the Steelers did sign Chandon Sullivan, right? And we know that this guy's played slot. However, some people are saying, and, I haven't really watched the film, but, the reports on Sullivan is that he didn't have the greatest year, from a coverage standpoint, playing the nickel slot position. So we shall see, but it is very interesting, man. I asked you guys, and I would love to see what you guys have to say in the comments. I'll give you some of my quick thoughts. What are the Steelers' plans at slot/nickel corner? And I definitely would love to know why Maulet requested the release himself. I'm sure it has something to do with business. I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. It is what it is. I'm not going to make any crazy, not going to say anything crazy about him. At the end of the day, it's business. Hopefully he did the right thing, and, God bless him, and, good luck in the future, what have you. But what I think the Steelers are probably going to do, again, Chandon Sullivan is a guy that comes to mind. I know maybe he didn't have the best season last year, but, sometimes that could be a product of scheme. Don't forget the Steelers sought him out. The Steelers went and signed him. So obviously they see something in him that they believe they could utilize his talent, even if by chance it may have just been a competition thing. Could have been that. Could have been a competition thing before the release of Maulet. Now, Chandon Sullivan has an opportunity to show what he can do. I think there are some scenarios that we might see a guy like KZ playing in the slot position, and potential rundowns where we're actually playing sub-package football. You might see something like that. I think there's also opportunities where they might slide Patrick Peterson inside. Now, would I prefer Patrick Peterson to play inside? Maybe not. The reason why I say that is, listen, Patrick Peterson has been an outstanding cornerback. I think he still has something left in the tank, but let's not kid ourselves. The guy's older. He's 33 years old. He said it himself. He can't move like he once could. Understandable. And, I feel like you got to be very twitchy nowadays playing in that nickel position, because of the slot, receivers that you're going against. You got to be really twitchy, being able to turn and move. And, those routes that you're going to see from a slot receiver are a lot different than what you're probably going to see on the outside on the boundary. So I don't know if I would want Patrick Peterson there as a dedicated option in the sub package, but we'll see. I think what the Steelers will do, they will probably approach it kind of like they did, the last several seasons, even going back to the last season when we had Mike Hilton and they were alternating Hilton and Sutton. You're probably going to see something like that. At the end of the day, I think the Steelers have a plan. It will be interesting to see who actually gets that position. Can they get what they need out of Sullivan, KZ, Peterson? We shall see. So, like I said, man, just wanted to share that news with you guys, hear you guys' thoughts. Definitely share your thoughts in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. And yeah, man, what are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts in general about who the Steelers currently have as an eligible to play the slot corner? Are there any free agents out there that you would like to see them perhaps go after. And, you know, if there is someone that you've identified on the roster, who do you think that person will be? And what do you think about Maulet requesting his own release? All right, so those are the questions I have for you guys. I look forward to seeing your comments. Before you go, I'm going to definitely remind you to do this right here. Boom. Make sure you hit that like button, even though it's not playing the way it's supposed to. I'll just say it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.